Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Yasin and welcome to Dhallywood Slice, a show that slices films into different categories, analyzes them and gives critical reviews. We try to be nice and neutral as much as possible, but depending on the film, we'll go further if we have to. So let's get to the show, and today we're going to slice the film called Most Welcome. The film is directed by Ananta under Monsoon Films production and produced by Jalil Ananta, who is also the lead actor of the film. There are also Borsha, Sneha, Sohal Rana, Baparaj, Ahmed Sharif, Misha Saudagar and most favourite Raj Rajak in the film. According to Ananta Jalil, this is one of the big budgeted films, so we're expecting it to be full of action, drama, thriller and of course romance. We can't wait to show you guys the review of the film, so let's take a look. The story of the movie is about Aryan Chaudhary, an anti-corruption magistrate who tries to catch fraudulent bankrupt businessmen and also sequentially becomes a heroic character to rob criminals to help the poor. During a raid in bankrupt businessman ABC's house, Aryan and his team finds a stash of cash hidden underneath the tiles floor. ABC acts to be paralyzed to escape interrogations and possible arrest. ABC's daughter Adhara, on the other hand, thinking her father is actually paralyzed because of Aryan, tries to revenge him by pretend loving him. Story goes on with poorly edited action, romance and comedy scenes. Eventually they end up truly loving each other. The story is age-old typical Dhallywood story where obviously they end up living happily ever after. There's nothing outside the box in the story to divert audience's attention from utterly funny wrong pronunciations of Ananta Jalil to the actual storyline. That's why we're rating the story of this film 4 out of 10. Good acting means a perfect combination of physical expression and delivery of dialogues. As the whole movie plot revolves around Aryan Chaudhary, a character which is played by renowned businessman Ananta Jalil, he as usual failed to fulfill the minimum expectations of the audience. The lead female role Adhara was poorly executed too by Borsha, which can be excused because the film is a one-man show kind of plot. Well, we saw some good acting from experienced actors like Rajak, Baparaj, Sohal Rana, Ahmed Sharif, even though they had very little parts to play during the film. Fantastic acting from Misha Saudagar, who played the lead antagonist role of Asif Khan. To sum up the overall acting, Ananta Borsha have done few films together now, literally no improvement in their acting. It now seems like cinema goers pop up in the cinemas to enjoy their mistakes rather than enjoying the movie, and that's why we're rating the acting of this film 3 out of 10. Either the director couldn't be bothered to take some shots several times or fed up taking them too many times. We do not know what happened on the set, but noticeable example of poor direction were busting out throughout the film. Inappropriate editing made it worse. Some scenes were absolutely unfit and unrealistic for purpose. As an example, everybody saw Borsha what she was doing inside Jalil's room in CCTV. That means all the employee has access to those CCTV footage. Another example, Asif Khan mentioned 1,000 million. That means $1 billion project for Yaba factory. Really? This is so unrealistic. And again, not to mention the poor dialogue delivery by lead actors made a big mess overall. If you take out those awesome soundtracks and some filming locations, you'll be left with pure jokes. We rate the direction, editing and storytelling 4 out of 10. The movie is packed with acrobat actions and several action scenes are pretty impressive. Obviously, Aryan could have kept his mouth shut every time he was blowing a punch or a kick. And when shotgun bullets were creating massive explosions on the cars behind but couldn't make a single hole in Aryan's bike, that must have left viewers in a huge puzzle about the quality of those bullets. We saw fantastic improvement in action scenes like motor chasing, shooting from choppers and jumping from skyscrapers compared to a typical Bengali film. We rate the action of this film 7 out of 10. Like many other Ananta Jalil's movies, Most Welcome is also packed with special effects. Of course, when you use top-notch firearms and choppers in a movie, you gotta use precise visual effects to give them a realistic vibe. Not to mention the movie was busting with fire effects, but this is where they failed the most. The fire effects look so fake, it just totally annihilated the explosion vibes. Well, we saw some terrific visual effects in the movie, arguably the very first time in a Dhallywood movie. The skeleton effect and the water effects are fantastic. Once again, for a Dhallywood movie, special effects were well above expectation. That's why it gets 7 out of 10. The movie contained a few romantic songs and one item song. Yes, an item song. Why not when neighboring industry Bollywood are making them? Songs were overwhelmingly good. Thank God Mr. Jalil didn't sing any of those. We have seen a perfect alignment of lyrics, music and locations. Renowned playback singers were at their best in this movie, which gave us a fabulous soundtrack. Second thing comes in mind with soundtrack is choreography. Not to mention the choreographer has done a fantastic job in costume and location selection. Of course tried his best to make the couple dance but ended up with terrific results because of the inability of dancing. Well, it's good anyway because audience must not have expected perfect dance moves from the lead couple. It would have been upsetting if they could. Let's go to the rating. We rate songs and choreography of the film 7 out of 10. The production team's effort was tremendous while choosing locations and sets. Bengali audience always love to watch neat foreign locations. As we all know from Ananta Jalil's interview, a big chunk of budget was spent in overseas shooting, and I would say that was totally worth it. We don't see a great selection of expensive locations very often in Bengali movies, but in Most Welcome, numbers of wonderful locations have been selected throughout the movie based on story. Several beautiful places like seaside restaurant, historical places, airports, private jet scene, and especially the item songs set was really impressive. That's why Most Welcome surely gets 9 out of 10 in location and sets. Have any of you guys watched Kanthaswamy, also known as Malana, a Tamil movie released in 2009? Well, you don't have to if you haven't already, because Most Welcome is a remake of Kanthaswamy. Some would say it was a straight copy-paste of the storyline. However, they used a Muslim Majar instead of a Hindu temple here. That is how far its originality of the story gets. Of course, we looked up if the authority had made any announcement about the film being a remake of a Tamil film, but there was nothing.
Home Minister. Shut up!
We expected more from Ananta as he is trying to change Dhallywood for better, but he let us down with a similar story, scenes and even dialogues.
Most welcome.
As we have said before, the songs were really cool, not to mention their original soundtrack. That's why it gets 4 out of 10 in originality. British comedian Tommy Cooper used to make intentional mistakes on stage to make audience laugh. Ananta Jalil's mistakes are probably unintentional, but it is surely making audience laugh out loud in the cinemas and giving pure entertainment throughout the film. However, Most Welcome took a great leap forward in case of action, soundtracks and locations. An improvement of storytelling and acting will surely take Dhallywood to a new level. Most Welcome gets 5 out of 10 in overall entertainment. So according to us, the overall rating of the film is 5.5. Surely hope for a better slice next time. So here you go guys, that was our review of Most Welcome. We're kind of disappointed with the end result of the rating, but I hope next time Ananta Jalil will improve the quality of his film, and maybe this review will give you an opportunity to open up to the new possibilities. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this week's show. Let us know what you think. Keep sending us emails at dhallywoodSlice@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next time with another slice of Dhallywood.